Dr. Mwinyi eyes value-added agriculture. Traffic police force and TBS set to combat accidents. Thank you very much for joining us. I am Nasa Kingo. Just a reminder, you can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. We start with the just recently announced appointment where the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan, has appointed Dr. Immaculate Sware Semes to be the new Director General of the National Environment Management Council, NEMC. Before her appointment, Dr. Semesi was the Director of the Marine Parks and Reserve Tanzania. She replaces Dr. Samuel Gwamaka, who has finished his tenure. This appointment is in effect from today, 5th of January 2024. Remaining in Zanzibar, the President of Zanzibar, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, says that farmers should embark on selling value-added products instead of selling unprocessed agricultural goods to boost the value of the agricultural sector for economic growth. The President of Zanzibar made the call while laying a foundation stone at the Seaweed production plant located in the Pemba Island. Here are more details prepared by Sol Mavura and read by Kanki Mwaigomole.
The foundation stone is being laid here at the Seaweed production plant in the Pemba Island and has a capacity to purchase 30,000 tons of seaweed per year and is designed for value addition.
It's a big problem selling raw materials without adding value to them. We have seaweed and cloves, but by not adding value to the crops, we risk losing three things, which are jobs, good price, and buying the seaweed at a higher price from other farmers because they add value.
Currently, 20 tons of seaweed are produced, and now the farmers have been urged to grow more of the product.
We want to buy seaweed and selling it, and in the first phase, we will export it abroad. While in the second phase, we shall build a factory here to make seaweed products.
Farmers have high expectations after seeing the government has decided to build a seaweed factory. They are motivated. The goal is to increase production from the current situation until it reaches 30,000 tons, which our factory needs. Honorable President, in the areas that you have set aside as industrial areas, you have chosen a good area. We are very grateful. We are very happy.
He gave a directive to the respective authorities to ensure that the local residents are given an opportunity to raise their income by prioritizing them for employment in the industry.
The Traffic Police Force has signed an agreement with the Tanzania Bureau of Statistics, TBS, aiming to improve vehicle inspection by using modern tools and technology. Speaking after signing the agreement, the Commissioner of Operations and Training of the police force in the country, Awadi Haji, says the exercise commences immediately and calls on the vehicle owners to cooperate with the force to save the lives of Tanzanians. On the other hand, the director of the Tanzania Bureau of Statistics, Dr. Yusuf Ngenya, says collaboration will produce positive results in the transport sector, given that the Bureau is responsible for quality inspection of the vehicles in the country.
In response to road accidents, we have seen the importance of the police force to use modern equipment and machinery in inspecting all vehicles in order to control accidents. I urge drivers in the country to comply with the rule of law. One of our activities as TBS is to ensure that all vehicles which are exported are inspected. We have partnered with the police force to ensure that the means of transport in the country meet the criteria and quality.
On top of that, the Commissioner has warned car owners who tint the car front windshield and headlights not to do so, as the habit also contributes to the increase of accidents.
We urge all drivers to remove tinted windows at front mirror of the vehicles.
The Director General of the Tanzania Broadcasting Corporation, TBC, Dr. Ayubu Rioba, calls on the Tanzania Tourist Board, TTB, to set up tourism clubs in all schools in the country, which will enhance students' awareness on tourism. Dr. Ayubu Rioba made the call when he met and held talks with the Executive Director of the Tanzania Tourist Board, TTB, Damas Mfugale, who paid a visit to TBC, aiming to discuss various issues related to Tanzania Safari Channel to boost the number of tourists in the country. Here's a report prepared by Peter Mganga and read by Kanki Mwaigomole.
The Executive Director of the Tanzania Tourist Board, Damas Mfugale, is here at the Tanzania Broadcasting Corporation TBC premises, and he's here to meet with the TBC Director General, Dr. Ayubu Rioba, to discuss various issues that will further promote tourism in the country through the Tanzania Safari Channel. Dr. Ayubu Rioba elaborates how the presence of the tourism clubs in all schools will boost the number of tourists in the country.
Let's mobilize many children in schools by introducing clubs as part of creating knowledge on matters related with tourism attractions, which are viable in the country. When we talk about tourism, it is the same as conservation. Let's promote tourism attraction for our children because we have been blessed with many tourism attractions in the country.
Furthermore, Dr. Rioba explains how the Tanzania Safari Channel plans to collaborate with the Tourism Board to improve the tourism sector.
TTB tukishirikiana, kusema kweli, TTB inahitaji publicity. Some of us tunajua.
The cooperation of TTB and TBC will bring productivity in promoting tourism attraction, which is available in the country. There are many countries that have succeeded through tourism attraction.
On the other hand, the Executive Director of the Tanzania Tourism Board, TTB, Damas Mfugale, says the board is set to promote the tourism sector in the country and commends Tanzania Safari Channel for its contribution to tourism.
One of our main strategies is to use a digital platform to promote tourism. You've seen the excitement, and you've seen the people engage in the social media platform. So it means information is no longer obtained, physical. People they want information in the fingertips. So one of the things is to use a digital platform. The second thing, very soon, there's this film called Milele. Kijiji cha Milele. It's a program which has been broadcast, or rather, it's a documentary which has been prepared, and the president herself has been the champion again, just like we did with the Royal Tour. And this program this time is going to be focusing on the East, meaning the East, meaning Asia, China, India, and all that places. So Safari Channel, obviously, it shows different type of attractions and activities regarding tourism. So we're going to expand in terms of its scope.
From Dar es Salaam, we move all the way to the Ngorongoro region, where more than 400,000 residents of Kihonda, Mkundi, Kilimanjaro, Lukobe, and SGR area in the Ngorongoro region are about to get relief from government completing a 2 billion Tanzanian shillings project that targets to improve water services in the areas. Here's a report prepared by Remy Asinti and read by Kanki Mwaigomole.
It has been more than 7 years that the residents of these areas of Lukobe, Kilimanjaro, Kihonda, and SGR had to use unsafe water, and at times having to suspend some of their daily economic activities in order to search for this important item.
The water we encountered is salty. We can't cook or drink. So bringing this water is something we are very grateful to the leaders.
We grew up having a lot of water problems. We used to buy water from people, but now the water has arrived. I'm very happy. There have been challenges while growing up. We've suffered a lot because of lack of water. We are thankful to the government. In solving the challenge that has lasted for years, the government is forced to invest 2 billion shillings. And here the leadership of the Ngorongoro region government says the focus now is to connect the water service to the citizens who have completed the required procedures within 7 days.
All those who have got water through these procedures should be informed. Here, the manager of Ruasa should educate the people. What is the right procedures for one to get connected?
We move now to the mineral sector, where the Minister for Minerals, Anthony Mavunde, calls on financial institutions in the country, including banks, to empower local investors financially as a means to enable them to get capital to invest in the mining sector and ultimately promote domestic production. Mavunde has made the call in the Mwanza region while inaugurating a factory for construction, mining machinery parts and services, JC Gear Group Limited.
Instead of using lawyers from abroad, they use local lawyers, local engineers, so it has been a very good start for the growth of the economy.
It is something that has opened up opportunities for everyone.
Started production this year, where its establishment is the result of the involvement of the local investors in the mining sector that started to be implemented by the government in 2018. We move now to the Arusha region, where households that voluntarily relocated from the Ngorongoro conservation area in Arusha continue to increase, and now is the second phase targeting to free the area for conservation activities. A group of 30 households with more than 200 people have started their journey to Msomera in the Handeni district, Tanga region, following the completion of more than 350 houses. Here is a report prepared by Anna Kwambaza and read by Kanki Ngomole.
More and more households are ready to voluntarily relocate from the Ngorongoro conservation area. The residents look forward to new and better lives where they will be heading.
The area where we lived in the beginning had many challenges, including lack of good infrastructure. We are grateful to the government for providing us a place that will facilitate development through doing various economic activities.
Information on the implementation of the project is being explained.
The government, through authority of the Ngorongoro Conservation Area, has planned to carry out this exercise to ensure our citizens migrate voluntarily. The houses that are being built in Msomera go hand in hand with the construction of infrastructure, a school, and the availability of electricity. The government has made a great effort to ensure that all important services are available.
The government insists that the testimonies of life outside the area continues to be given to boost the morale of those who still remain in the conservation area.
We shall take all measures to ensure that all people who are living in Ngorongoro move in specific areas which have been allocated by the government.
He furthermore emphasizes on the importance of the voluntary relocation.
We thank you for your commitment to live. We are looking forward to keep emphasizing other people to move as well.
Now, if there is one more item that has not been mentioned in your New Year resolutions for the year 2024, adding to a list the Ngorongoro National Park will not be regrettable, but rather memorable. Kanki Ngomole has more details on that.
The combination of natural beauty and the development of tourism, the scenery of the wild animals, and the savanna woodlands and forests in Ngorongoro has attracted different visitors from across the globe. The increase in tourists has been largely caused by the initiative made by the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan. The efforts to improve the infrastructures has made it easier for visitors to reach Ngorongoro and experience its beauty without taking longer routes. The income from tourism is used in conservation efforts and the development of sustainable tourism to ensure the beauty of Ngorongoro is protected for future generations. The conservation efforts of Ngorongoro, which has helped preserve the area, has attracted travelers who love the so-called walking tourism. Ngorongoro Conservation Area harbors a wide range of globally threatened species and incredibly dense wildlife. The Ngorongoro has continued to delight and leave tourists with full of excitement due to the unique wild animals and its natural features. The increase in tourists and the development of sustainable tourism demonstrates how this unique destination continues to thrive. Welcome to Ngorongoro. Welcome to Tanzania.
What a good way to end the week walking tourism at Ngorongoro. We apologize, we're not going to have the exchange rates tonight, but international news is up next. And here is international news that's compiled by Ramadan Impenta and read by Kanki Mwegomole.
Nigeria Ministry of Education says it will extend the suspension of degrees accreditation to more countries, including Kenya and Uganda. The Education Minister in Nigeria, Tahir Maman, says the new directive is an effort to stop fake qualifications from foreign degree mills, following an expose by the Daily Nigerian newspaper. This comes days after Nigeria suspended the accreditation of degrees from Benin and Togo. He said that they are going to extend the search to countries like Uganda, Kenya, even Niger, where such institutions have been set up. In an undercover investigation, the newspaper's reporter, Umar Odu, revealed how he obtained a degree for a 4-year program from Benin University in under 2 months. Mr. Maman says he has no sympathy for those with fake qualifications or fake certificates from foreign countries, adding that they're not victims but part of the criminal chain that should be arrested. Schools in Zambia will remain closed for an additional 3 weeks following the festive holidays, causing a delayed start to the academic year. The Ministry of Education announced that both primary and secondary school students originally scheduled to return next Monday will now resume classes on January the 29th. The Ministry of Health in Zambia reported that the cholera outbreak, which began in October 2023, has resulted in 3,015 confirmed cases and 98 death toll. The alarming situation encouraged concerns about the nation's health security, as stated by the Ministry of Health in a previous warning. Zambia's education minister has issued directives to ensure the safety of students and staff upon their return. The minister also emphasized the need for a thoroughly cleaning of all learning institutions, provisions of clean water and sanitation facilities, installation of adequate hand washing points, and the availability of disinfectants. This proactive approach aims to mitigate the risk of further cholera transmission within educational settings, prioritizing the health and well-being of the students' population. And Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has outlined proposals for the future governance of Gaza once the war between Israel and Hamas is over. Under Gallant's four-corner plan, Israel would retain overall security control of Gaza. He proposed that a multinational force would take charge of rebuilding the territory after the widespread destruction caused by Israeli bombing. The neighbor country, Egypt, would also have an unspecified role to play under the plan. But the document adds that the Palestinians will be responsible for running the territory. Mr. Gallant said Gaza residents are Palestinians. Therefore, Palestinian bodies will be in charge with the condition that there will be no hostile actions or threats against the state of Israel.
That's the international news that's compiled by Ramadan Impenta and read by Kanki Mwai Gomole. And now, stay tuned for sports news. And in sports news, a pool table national team head coach Dennis Jonathan says they are ready to showcase their talents in the pool table World Cup tournament following better performance in the African pool table competition. Jonathan insists that the national team has new talented players who can win any competition, including pool table World Cup.
Look at the performance that we had and where we are right now, we are even aiming higher. So 2024 is a new year, new resolutions, but we are hoping for the best and especially preparing for the World Championship next month. So under 18, under 17, we want to introduce pool in boarding schools so people can look at it as a Q sport and not the way the perception that people have that it's a bad game, to look at this game as a Q sport. A lot of people have made a life out of Q sports.
The pool table national team qualified for the World Cup after finishing second in the All-African Black Ball Championship pool table competition held in South Africa in October 2023. And all the best to the players. The General Secretary of the Tanzania Cricket Association, Hamis Abdallah, says the association is committed to scout and develop new young talents in schools, insisting that to be the key to the development of the game in Tanzania. Abdallah adds that the youth cricket development will give the young ones a platform to be physically fit, but also generate income.
Many youth who trained through this program have employed, and now they can get salary. But also, we have young national team players who play well, and they can live through cricket.
Tanzania Cricket Association have started to teach cricket in 450 schools in Tanzania, aiming at promoting the game in Tanzania. And now let's talk about Taifa Stars. Taifa Stars head coach Adel Amrouche urges his players to maximize on the upcoming African Cup of Nations, AFCON, so that they can get a chance to play in big clubs around the world. Coach Amrouche believes that his squad had thorough preparation, hoping that the players will capitalize on the trainings to display high performance and get good results in the upcoming AFCON games.
This big tournament is going to make them in big exposure, and also is going to play with the big nation of football. And you know, we can play maybe every time that competition. This is a good occasion to get that experience to make it again for 25 and for 27. And it's genuine for some players.
Taifa Stars take on Morocco in their opening match on January 17th in Group F before playing Zambia and Congo DRC. All the best to Taifa Stars, and of course, winning begins from inside. That's the sports news. Now, before we conclude the news bulletin, let's take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Viewers, good evening. My name is Jess Makwata from Tanzania Meteorological Authority, and this is 24 hours weather forecast starting from tonight. Models are indicating chances of rainfall, especially over the southern sector extending to western part of our country, with the deduction over the Lake Victoria Basin and some part of northeastern islands. During the night, we expect Lake Victoria Basin, western part together with central to feature partly cloudy condition, thunder showers over a few areas. The rest part of the country, we expect cloudy condition, thunder showers over some areas. For tomorrow, we expect Lake Victoria Basin together with the western part of the country to feature partly cloud condition, thunder showers over a few areas in sun period. While over southwestern island, southern region, Ngorongoro together with the southern coast to feature cloudy condition, thunder showers over some areas and sun interval. Central, northeastern island together with northern coast, including northern part of Ngorongoro, we expect a cloudy condition, thunder showers over a few areas and sun interval. TMA has issued advisory concerning period of heavy rains expected over Dar es Salaam, Pwani, Ngorongoro, Southern Coast, Ruvuma, Southwestern Island, especially over Iringa, Njombe, Mbeya, and Songwe. So people living on those areas are advised to take necessary precautions. Now let's have the next 4 days weather forecast. Dear viewers from Tanzania Meteorological Authority, that is what we have for today. Thanks for watching. We wish you a good night.
And that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Nasa Kingo. We hope that you have started well your 2024. Take a recess this weekend, ready to start all over again next week.